Hi everyone, how are you doing? I've missed you. I am sewing away. I had a rather uneven day yesterday. I finished a pair of shorts for Brad and he put them on. They were about 3 inches from buttoning around his waist. So drastic measures had to be taken because I was going to save those shorts no matter what. They're really nice shorts. They're made out of linen from Metro Textiles. And I jumped online and there was help to be found. I couldn't believe it. There was a tutorial for enlarging the waistband of woven non-stretch shorts or pants or a skirt. And I will leave a link to that in the box below because it worked. I chopped up that waistband and I inserted some elastic gussets and I thought, we're just gonna throw these away. They were way too big for Colin. I don't mean to make Brad feel bad here, but they were way too big for Colin. So it wasn't like, oh, I'll just give them to Colin. And they fit everywhere else, but it was just that waist that was not coming together. And after he ducked into a nearby phone booth, no, we were here, he came out and he said, it worked. And by golly, they look really good. So they will be in the makes video, and you can save completely finished pants, shorts, skirt if the waistband is too small. Now I will say this, he can't wear anything tucked in with them because those gussets show right on the waistband. Finished that, went from 0 to yay, it worked. Then I started on a nightgown that I'm working on and I have lost the directions to it. So I thought, oh well, I'm just gonna wing it. And I just started winging it, doing it my own way, not looking at anything, because I didn't have anything. It was all cut out. And so I'll be showing you that too very soon. But what I wanted to do today is show you some patterns with fabric that I think will sew up really well. I do get asked fairly often, how do you choose your fabric? And it's the old, which came first, the pattern or the fabric? I don't know. Sometimes it is the pattern that comes first, and sometimes it has to be the fabric. I have so much of both that I'm in a constant state of wanting to sew everything. And of course, I can't sew everything in a week. So what I do is I usually pick either a favorite pattern or a favorite piece of fabric and go from there. What I'm going to be showing you today, these are all favorite fabrics and patterns. I don't know, we're going to start off with Simplicity 8856. Now I have made this dress. The only problem with this are those corners that you must navigate up there at the bodice. It is not impossible, but it is kind of tricky sewing to get a nice clean corner. I love this dress. I wear it pretty often. And I have this really pretty gauze from Mood. It is a deep periwinkle patchwork gauze. And I thought, well, it's nice and drapey, and it just struck me as needing something a little bit earth mama, a little bit hippie, if you will, something floaty. And this pattern, I think it'll be great. I'm only gonna do the top, not a whole dress. And I think that this will hang properly and look the part. So that is my first pairing. Next up is one of my favorite patterns of all time. This is Simplicity 8332. I've made it 4 times and I'm going to make it many more times. I close the neckline up a little bit and I lower the hem, and then voila, an older gal can wear it. So I have chosen for that dress some very pretty poly woven from Telio. That's a nice name. They usually make very fine fabric, and being polyester woven, this is going to not have any stiffness about it. And this little dress, it is gathered ever so slightly there at the empire waist. It's just barely. You don't see ruffles, you don't see anything like that, but you have to sort of ease it in there. And I have made it with crepe and it worked out beautifully, and so I'd like to try a poly woven, and I think that this really pretty gingerbread color will look great for summer. Next up, I'm gonna do these pants again, simply because I love them. Simplicity 8841, and what I need are basics. I don't really need any more patterned pants or shorts. So I have this really nice, it's a charcoal gray, not terribly exciting, except that it's got a nice amount of stretch to it, and it'll make a dandy pair of cropped pants. And being this color, this deep charcoal gray, it's not black, it'll go with so many things. And the first thing I picked out for it to go with is this. Once again, I was like, wow, I didn't even know I had this. This is a rayon challis, and it's quite lovely. It's got border. It's kind of got an ombre coloring to it where it gets lighter, and this floral motif up here. So being a rayon challis, this has beautiful hang, beautiful drape. It's another word for drape. I have to just keep saying drape. Movement, all of the above. And I thought, well, that'll go nicely with the basics of these pants. And I would like to incorporate some of the features of the pattern. So I chose a Kwik Sew 4262, and I'm going to do the top. It has little flounces sewn onto the sleeves, and I thought I could get creative with the fabric. So these two are going together, and I will have a new pair of basic pants that I can pair with lots of other things. I'm kind of bad about sewing basics. I want things that are going to be really eye-catching and pretty to show you guys, and I think, well, they don't want to see a gray t-shirt or a white t-shirt, but those are things that I really need, and I need some black dark gray pants, and so I'm going to sew them. Now this is a fun one because we love these old vintage patterns. Here is Butterick 5681, and someone told me, yes, do the scarf with it. So I'm going to do the yellow V-neck pictured there. I will sew up the scarf, and I have chosen this rayon challis for it. And so that's got really pretty bright colors in it, but not too bright. It's not too garish, I don't think. And I can do the stripes going this way or this way, or I could do them on the bias going that way. But I think that I will do them vertically, and then I'll have the scarf to throw around my neck. I don't know if I can pull that off, but it is included. And I love the little dress because it's got a V-neck, and I'll leave the zipper out. You know you can do that. Got lots of darts for shaping because it's a pattern from the 1960s. we're almost done here. I thought that this was a really cute dress for summer. It is Kwik Sew 3575. It's out of print, but it's got that scoop neck that forms the straps, and then a little bit of a gathering there where you attach the bottom of the dress. This fabric came from Metro Textiles, and I absolutely love it. It's a pure cotton, and so I chose this to be this. A dress for summer out of this darling print. Got some polka dots on there if you like that. And finally, this is a pattern that was hard to track down. I had to buy it from Canada, and I paid a little over $10 for it. It is McCall's 3234. That's a sundress, and I really loved the style of it. And like I say, I paid more than I usually pay for patterns. So I thought, well, I have to choose wisely. Now they show that in a solid. They only feature one print there, but I did go with a print. This fabric did not exactly bowl over my family members. However, I think it's really cute. It is from Mood, and it is a stretch cotton sateen. We have sailboats and anchors and seashells, and the colors are maybe sort of different, you know? It's kind of like a reddish orange. The sailboats are pale blue, and the seashells are white and black. And this fabric too, it's pure, it's completely white on the other side, but it also has a little bit of stretch sewn in there, and I thought, well, it's a fairly plain dress. Maybe the print can really shine on this one. And I'd like to wear it to my sister's cabin on Chesapeake Bay, and you know, it's nautical for the water. So I thought that would look good together. Now, when I buy fabric, here's what I do. I look at fabric and I automatically know pants, shirt, jacket, dress, nightgown. Almost 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be able to put it into a category. I don't know which pattern I'm going to use, but I know what, I think I know what the fabric wants to be. Then I have a fabric buying template for the amount of fabric that I buy. And knits are usually a lot wider than wovens, but just typically for a dress, I'll get 3 yards. For pants, I'll go with 2.5 yards. For long dresses, midi dresses, I'm gonna go with 3.5 to 4 yards. And shirts, like for Brad, I need to have a good 2.5, 3 yards for those. And then I'll order the fabric. I usually end up making what I think I wanted to out of it, but every so often I'll change my mind at the end. I like to have more fabric on hand than I think I'll need, and that just saves a whole lot of headaches if there's a mistake or catastrophe. Then you have more fabric and you can start over. So that was all for today. Like I said, I've been sewing, I've been reading all my comments. Thank you so much, and I'm going to be coming to you next week with my June makes. So I always love doing those videos and reading your reactions. So that is coming up, and I'm gonna wish you well for now and see you soon. I'll put that little tutorial link in the description box, and I'll list all of these patterns. Bye everybody.